Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Tom Spark. Welcome back to another video. Today I decided to re-review VPN for 2023. Let's go ahead and check out how it does in the VPN tier list system. Now guys, if you're not aware, I have the VPN tier list, which is the world's first objective tier list rating system. I rate all the VPNs in the world and I give individual scores due to my table here, which you can find on the website as well. It's laid out for everyone to see the points and everything very transparently. Probably the most transparent rating system there is. Here on the channel, we rate every VPN. If you click on these links, you can get some kind of discount code. The numbers are direct links to the video reviews, so it's very easy to navigate. Additionally, I have some other privacy products I do recommend to all you guys out there who are looking for more privacy products to prevent yourself from getting doxxed, stuff like that. I even have quizzes on the website too, so make sure to check out vpntierlist.com, especially if iVPN doesn't end up in S tier, which, spoilers, it doesn't. Anyways, guys, the first category we're going to check out is pricing, of course. Now, to be honest, this is a category a lot of reviewers kind of tend to skip out on. But here on the channel, we consider every aspect of a VPN because a lot of people can't afford too much, depending on where you are in the world, especially with stuff like, people wanting privacy but not being able to afford it. So that's something we take a look at when looking at VPNs. So iVPN, how does it do? Well, not iVPN, kind of a similar name. Well, iVPN is kind of interesting because it does kind of upsell features, which I don't like. Stuff like port forwarding, anti-tracker, and multi-hop. They insist to keep it in the Pro model. Now, if iVPN standard included that as well as 7 devices, that wouldn't be too bad actually. I do like the pricing plan here. It is pretty good. However, the main pricing plan, which I will consider the pricing plan because this one lacks features, I think this is expensive. 1 month, $10, not too bad. I'll give them a point there. However, 1 year for 100 is about the same as ExpressVPN, one of the most expensive VPNs. And then 2 years for 160, very expensive. 3 years for 220, that's also expensive. Not only that, 7 devices is a little bit low for that asking price. The good news is iVPN is pretty transparent with this. The pricing at least is consistent. It hasn't changed too much over the years, which I do like. They also support some things like Monero and Bitcoin, which are good. And the sign up process is very clear and easy to do. One of my favorites. I think more VPNs should kind of copy iVPN and Mulvad's account creation process, especially for me as a reviewer. I really like not having to link emails and stuff like that. Overall, in terms of privacy, some people I think kind of overestimate how useful that can be because you can make an anonymous email very easily, something like Skiff, and you can pay with Monero with a lot of VPNs. But the convenience factor, I think, is what I like about the process with iVPN and something like Mulvad. Very similar. So that's really nice. Good job, iVPN. Now, for some reason, iVPN always wants to hide. I don't know why it wants to hide. It always wants to go into my taskbar. I'm sure there could be some kind of setting. Yeah, there it is. Minimize to tray. So that's just kind of annoying. I kind of wish they didn't default that, but it is something that can be fixed. Outside of that, though, we do see pretty good features with iVPN, really good ad blocking, split tunneling, which is in beta, admittedly, but anti-tracker, and this is kind of like the ad blocking, DNS configuration and customization, which I also do like, and support for all the latest protocols like WireGuard. There are some things that are missing, though. I noticed they don't have a Fire Stick application for those looking to use a VPN on Fire Sticks. A lot of people kind of like to do that. Although I'm not a huge Fire Stick fan myself, I prefer the NVIDIA Shield. They also are missing browser extensions. I don't know why they don't have one of those yet. Also, Mulvad is kind of the same, although they're kind of developing more now. They also, I couldn't really find if they had many stealth VPN options. I know they have a lot of ports you could play around with, but I did some research on Reddit and stuff like that. I didn't really see too many people saying that iVPN was good in restricted countries like Iran and some of those places. The team didn't really seem to know much about it either. So there you go. I don't know if this is going to be a good VPN for those kind of places that need stealth VPN stuff more so. They don't have dedicated IPs either. They don't sell VPN routers, and there's no really remote VPN compatibility where you could be outside of your home with the app on your phone and then connect to iVPN at home and then kind of connect to the network like you can with something like Torgord, private cloud, or NordVPN has their own little remote VPN capability as well. So iVPN doesn't have any of those nifty little features. Overall though, the application has the fundamentals and it is very nicely laid out and usable. I actually like the layout and interface even more than something like Windscribe, which I'm going to be reviewing next. So overall, not too shabby. All right, guys, so we are connecting to a server nearby. The thing about iVPN that kind of does suck a little bit is it doesn't have 50 plus countries supported. It's a little bit of a smaller VPN, kind of similar, something like Molvad maybe. So you are going to notice that across the board, depending on where you are in the world, there might not be an exact server nearby, and speeds generally are going to be lower across the board, which kind of does suck. But that is one of the reasons why I have 50 plus country support as a requirement. Going forward though, I haven't really seen too many. Let's go ahead and refresh this just to make sure it's on the right server to make a fair speed test. We always do speed test lives. In my last speed test with iVPN, I didn't get the best results, actually pretty slow. These speeds are pretty good. Overall, not too shabby at all. The Los Angeles server is giving me much better speeds. Overall, nice. So even though there might be less countries supported, if you are in the country supported, iVPN does seem to deliver. Just be careful. Some of the servers seemed a little bit slower. I was testing it earlier, like I said, and I'm getting much better results now than I was before. All right, guys, now we're on to the next section, which would be the privacy section. And iVPN is stellar in this area. There are a variety of reasons why. Number one, there's no trackers on the website, no cookies, no Google Analytics. Everything seems to be very privacy friendly in the back end. Very good job here. Additionally, the application on the Android has 0 trackers. There are a little bit more permissions than I would like, to be honest. I'm not sure exactly why there's camera permissions. Could be something to connect to the service or something. I don't know. Maybe to their website. But overall, not too shabby. And like I was saying before, the privacy audit as general is very strong. We have third-party audits, which is good. We have open source applications, which I didn't mention in the application section, but that is good in terms of privacy. No logs collected. There hasn't really been any history of data leaks or data scares or any relevant news sources to mention. And as far as I know, the company's always been originally owned. So pretty good. In terms of the next area, we have customer support, and I sent an email to them. I don't know what happened with the email. It kind of ended up just as a random string of digits, but they did reply very quickly. So that is good to see. Even though the email made no sense, they replied very quickly within 1 hour. So really nice there as well. Lastly, I did give them another 5 points for being able to respond under 24 hours, which some VPNs like PureVPN can't even do. So guys, at this point, you might be saying, wow, this actually sounds like a pretty good VPN. It might be a little bit expensive. It might be missing some little tiny things like fire stick support, proxy support, some little nitpicky things. Outside of that, though, it's very fast. It's very privacy friendly. Good customer support. What could be wrong? So guys, actually, as I'm making this review, I did tweet this out on my Twitter, although I kind of don't like Twitter anymore. Fuck Elon. Anyways, outside of that though, I did make a notice to iVPN and Windscribe. Both these companies have kind of harassed me in the past, which was not very professional. We now have a new professional conduct metric score. If iVPN publicly apologizes for their past behavior and commits to more ethical and professional conduct going forward with our review process, I will give them those 5 points. I do like second chances. So if they do publicly apologize for that, I will add those points back in. As of right now, they haven't responded yet, but I will make a comment down below if they eventually do that, and I'll give them those 5 points back. We just want to keep things professional here on the channel. We don't want any VPNs attacking us personally, harassing the channel or anything like that, attempting to influence the scores. So I hope that makes sense to explain at least this part of the review. Lastly, I did want to mention that iVPN isn't a very good VPN for streaming. It won't give you various regions of Netflix. It won't let you access Prime Video, Hulu, BBC iPlayer, or any of those things. So it's going to lose 10 points there, which kind of sucks because it does really well in a lot of the other areas. But just like Molvad and just like a couple other companies, iVPN just doesn't put priority on streaming compatibility. And honestly, that's okay because some people don't need it. And maybe iVPN doesn't like that that's part of my tier list system. But that's how it is. Some people do like it. Some people do want to know. Anyways, guys, we're about done now with iVPN as a VPN. Overall, it gets a 34.99, which according to my tier list system, puts it right in C tier. Now, like I said, they did get dinged in a couple areas. The pricing, it's a bit expensive. There's no beating around the bush, and I don't like how they upcharge for basic features. If they moved these features into these ones, basically, it would be much more affordable, and I'm pretty sure everyone would be happy. However, that said, with the application, we did minus some points due to nitpicky things, but I think they're important to mention. The server network is also a little bit smaller than I would like. However, I actually got really good speed tests in my specific location. However, I'm pretty close to big cities like in Seattle and LA, so I didn't really have any issues there. I actually found it faster than OneScribe as well. The privacy audit, chef's kiss, very well job done here. That didn't make sense in English. Customer support really good as well. But like I said, the review process and streaming compatibility are not good. If iVPN did make a public apology saying that, they take back the previous statements about the review system, made some kind of, explanation or something like that, I might consider giving them those 5 points back. If you think they should, go ahead and let them know. Otherwise, the current score is a 34.99, and that will be placed right here. Well, looking at the tier list, we can see it right here at the top of C tier, but keep in mind if iVPN does a public apology, saying they will remain professional going forward with the review system, not harass or direct any misinformation at our channel, then they will be put into B tier, 39.99, which would be a very respectable score, so keep a lookout. And stay tuned on the channel, guys. Click up here for the Discord. Check out some of my favorite products and discount codes on the website, and I'll see you again very soon.